Hi, and welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel. Today I'm not actually building something because it's already built, but I'm going to walk you through my homemade food dryer or dehydrator. So this is a stack of various layers, and the entire thing fits on top of a regular box fan. The bottom layer here is a wood frame, and I've cut out these slots around the frame, actually just using a table saw, just doing multiple passes along the sides here. And into those slots I've put this plastic mesh. This is actually the stuff that goes on the bottom of a fluorescent light fixture in an office building. I found some in a dumpster. I thought, hey, that's some pretty cool plastic mesh. I'll do something with it. So I've used it as my food storage surface or shelf here. Lets plenty of air pass through. And of course I've cleaned it very well, and I do clean it between uses. On the bottom of this first layer, I also have some aluminum window screen, and that keeps any debris from going through the fan into the dehydrating food, keeps bugs out of there, etc. So I set that first layer down. I've got my plastic shelf. I can put food on it. Can then put successive layers, each with a plastic shelf. The middle layers don't have the window screen because they're pretty much fully enclosed by the wood box here. Then the topmost layer is just window screen, and that just goes over the entire thing, and again keeps bugs and birds and whatnot out. If I'm doing this outside, the birds will come down and eat my stuff. Currently I'm running this in the garage because it's been a little bit wet outside. The garage is drier, and I don't really want to do it in the basement because if I'm doing something like peppers with a high capsaicin content, it kind of starts to smell like tear gas in the basement. So I'm doing it in the garage so that I don't gas myself out of the house. Got some little decorative-y corners on my wood frames here, and then the screen is just held on with staples. So it's a pretty simple unit. It's basically just some scrap wood, some screen, and that plastic stuff, like I said, from the office light fixtures. So let's go out and cut down some peppers from the garden and get this thing set up. You can dry all sorts of stuff with this rig. We've done tomatoes, peppers, other vegetables. Right now I'm doing peppers. I forget what these little guys are called, but they're super hot. I like a hot pepper, so I'm going to dry a bunch of these, save them over the winter, use them in chilies and salsas and whatnot. They're great. Give them a bit of a wash just to get any dirt and stuff off of there. Got some of these bigger guys too. I think these are cayennes. I'm actually going to cut these in half so they dry better. These little tiny guys I just throw straight on those drying grates, and they seem to dry pretty well just whole like this. Then I can also trim off any rotten or weird bits on these. Alright, we'll throw the first layer of peppers on. And I've got plenty of layers here. I could do way more peppers than I even have now. And I could probably do some tomatoes, but we're still using the tomatoes for fresh stuff. Also, if I was doing tomatoes, I would probably do those on the lower layers and then the pepper up above, just so the tomatoes wouldn't soak up too much of the pepper flavor. Try to get everything spread out a little bit just to aid in the drying. As I come across these cayenne, I'll set those aside. I'll dry them on a different rack just so I remember which ones are which. If I'm doing cut peppers, I usually do the cut side down. I don't know if that actually helps, but I feel like it helps dry out the insides a little better. Alright, so then we just pop the screen on the top and turn on our box fan, and then we come back in a week or two and see if these are dried. And then once everything is nice and dry, we can take them apart and start putting our dried peppers. Take the peppers inside. And these do get nice and dry. I don't know if you can hear that, but the seeds are just rattling around in there, so these should be ready to store for a few years in a jar. Still nice and hot, too. Oh, wow. I don't really know what the official shelf life is on these, but I've got some in the pantry from 2018 that I'm still working on, so they last at least a few years in here. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoy destroying my taste buds with these hot, hot peppers. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.